Georgia Tech versus Virginia Tech. That Virginia Tech defense has been really doing their thing out there. And this Georgia Tech team is another team. I'm not sure where the players at on this one because they're looking at a great hire. But it's ACC. There's SEC and Big Ten jobs out there. There's a Pac-12 job out there. I don't know how people weigh that, but this Georgia Tech job, they talk about Deion Sanders, all this different kind of stuff. So maybe some of those players a little excited to still be at Georgia Tech and might show up to play some football. But on the road, you got to pack defense. So they'll be bringing defense into Virginia Tech, which is a tough place to play. And all Virginia Tech really has to rely on right now is their defense. So I would look more into this total and further away from the side right here because we don't know 100% what we're going to get out of either two of these teams. But have you took a look at this one, Noli, and seen if there's any angles you see on the under?
I mean, I took a little bit of a look there, but I mean, Virginia Tech defense is the side that I really don't trust. I've seen them being torched by North Carolina in the air. Then I see them get torched by Pittsburgh on the ground. Then West Virginia torches them on the ground and up through the air. They get torched last week for almost 300 yards through the air. And my concern here is have they adjusted too low? You look at the total from last week with this team, albeit a low total, just 21-22, but it goes over a closing line at 39. So have they gone too low with this Virginia Tech team? But, I mean, I get it. Both these teams rank 100th in a lot of offensive statistics, teams that really aren't moving the ball all that much, but they really don't move the ball all that well through the ground. And so that's what I don't like to see. Controlling the possession is something that I would want to see a little bit more out of either team at a 40.5. And so that's why I'm going to stay off the total.
Well, I do see that we got a little precipitation over there, 61 degrees raining, and with some humidity as well in Virginia, but only 9.4 winds. So the ball still can probably get up in the air and move around. Might be a spot to go contrarian for all those that's watching that might want to go contrarian and take an over spot in this one. Let me take a look at
it's kind of like that feel, like when the team, when it looks like a dead under and then it just flies way over. That's kind of how this game kind of feels to me.
Yeah, many of people know me, and I have this theory about two teams that are too similar to each other can cause an adverse result where you think two teams are going to play low. And because they're so similar to each other and they practice basically against the same thing, the game kind of goes the other way and they can go over. So in the history of this game, in 21, Virginia Tech won 26-17. In 19, Virginia Tech won 45-0. In 18, they won. Georgia Tech won 49-28. And in 17, they won. Georgia Tech won again 28-22. So I haven't seen a 40 between this. I'm looking down the whole thing. You have to go all the way back to 2013 and 12 are the only 2 years where you got in total that was under 40. So this might be a big bias by the bookies. Maybe weighing weather a little bit too loud. I think they might be trying to fool y'all right here. I'm not gonna mention the big O word with my man Noli on the show, but y'all know what I'm talking about, right? So yeah, you might want to jump on that one as a contrarian. Two teams that might jump the other way. I think that might be something that I might entertain where I'm gonna be at this weekend because I kind of like that.
And you don't mention weather. One thing I forgot to mention: Champaign, Illinois, where Illinois plays football. Wind in the beginning of the game should be sitting right about 25 mile an hour. So something that I'm going to be focusing on. Might sprinkle a little bit more, but I'm going to tell you, Illinois is still a running team, predominantly a running team. So I'm still on the game regardless of the wind. But if that wind is up there and a higher ticking, I'm going to put a little bit extra on it. So I'm going to keep tabs on that.
That's a part of Noli's game. He just won't teach you, man. He just won't teach me when to put the icing on the cake. He helped me. He helped me bake the cake, decorate the cake, all that. But I say, no, when do I put the icing on and get my pockets fat like you? He like, hey, you got to slow down. You just a youngster out there. You got time to go. You got to go through the road. So I'm taking my time at that one. But we'll see what happens this weekend. So now we're gonna move into a part of the show that we added. Have you seen this part of the show that we have? Noli, is called Shooting from the Hip.
No, it got me a little nervous when you adding segments.
Well, let